Oh, there you go.
There we go.
There's that special voice. So anyway, what an incredible show. I think this is maybe the best show we've ever done. And I think partially because, when we do shows like this on the internet, you don't have to bring the damn stuff to, to the conference, or mail it to somewhere, or like somebody did last year from India, sent it and then had nobody pick it up. But anyway, it's a tremendous show, and I think it's part of why it is, because people from all over the planet were able to do this. I think because, Amy and I and the rest of the arts committee and people who were the judges really got to see the inside of this, because I read all of not just the dreams and the art, but the bios and the artist statement and all the credits and everything else like that, and the people over and over again. I am impressed. This is an impressive group of people. I'm just blown away by the way that the dreams and the art connect so well. People just have this. I almost think that it would be great to do. And actually, I thought maybe we should have an entire conference with just dream art. Screw all the IASD. Oh, I didn't say that out loud. Hell with the IASD. I think we should do a conference somewhere where we just have dream art, and we just talk about dream art, and the rest of the stuff about how many, dreams about farts did I have, and what does it mean, we leave out. Ooh, that was mean, wasn't it? Okay, I'm shutting up now.
Would be wonderful.
Anyway, so what I thought we would do is, there's a whole bunch of you, but if you raise your hand, there's a function down at the bottom that says react. And it has a little heart there, and you'll see the thing that says raise hand inside of that. If you raise your hand, what I'd love to do is have, we got about an hour, and so if people would like to talk about their art, basically the connection between dreams and art, how your process connects to the actual dream. If there's just a small statement, and what we'll try to do is Amy has control of the screen, and she will bring up your art, and it may be not be the exact piece that you're talking about, but she'll bring up your art while you talk about it, if that's possible. So if anybody would like, oh, look at that, we have a couple of hands up already.
Yeah.
So let's start with the first one I see is Deirdre. So we'll go with Deirdre, and we'll probably try to put Deirdre's art up there. Amy Wayne Bun Speedy.
Hang on, I'll get there in 1 second.
Oh no, I raised my hand before you started talking about putting our art up there.
Okay.
And I wanted to second your comment about having an all dream art conference. I think it might be easier than a physical one, because we already have enough trouble getting people from all over the world to come to the conference, is to do it more like the Lucidity annual conferences. It's online, but it's about nothing but lucidity. And it has a much smaller reg fee than the main conference. And it gets some people who don't come to the general conference who are just lucidity buffs. So we could do that for art.
Yeah, I think it would be a great idea. We'll the arts committee. There's about 7 or 8 of us on the arts committee. We'll talk about that and see if we can get something going on it. Okay.
But since 2 hours ago I did a presentation just on my art, I don't think we need to show my art. I'll see the floor.
I saw that presentation. It was
Well,
quite...
Deidre, why don't we just start with that, because we all know you and your work's amazing.
Okay.
But I got it. Hang on. Here it is. So play from current slide. Okay.
Yes.
So real briefly, as I said at more length in the thing, that first one is one I started years ago, and I couldn't draw as well back then, and I never got it like I liked it, and I pulled it out this year and finished it. So that's why it's in the show. And then the next one of the wolf and bear and woman, that's showing up a little darker than it's really supposed to be. But anyway, this is my most recent. And
I love this piece. Yeah.
Yeah, it was about it. It was a really good feeling. It was about this woman who was hanging out with a bear and a wolf inside a sort of a building, but it was more like a cave. And at first I was just observing them, but then I could see out a window that there was a volcano erupting and a sort of spirit of the volcano or goddess of the volcano hovering over that. And that made me realize that maybe instead of being inside a cave, that they were inside a volcano across the lake from the other one.
Hmm.
And that there was this sort of tunnel in the background that I now thought was maybe where lava came out of. It wasn't, this one wasn't erupting right then. And I knew that the volcano across the lake was going to cause great devastation, but somehow I didn't care very much because I was identified with the volcano people who were going to be just fine. And it was kind of like the volcanoes needed to erupt and destroy things. And definitely the woman and the bear and the wolf were going to be fine because they were sort of the equivalent of the spirit over the other volcano. And it just felt really good and cozy and right inside this dormant volcano.
Cool. And the medium that you use is?
These are all digital paintings. They're all done. There's some programs just for that, like Corel Paint, but I use the mostly the paint tool and to some extent the pen tool in Adobe Photoshop with a Wacom tablet. And I would not be able to do this with physical paints because I just don't get the shape of a line right the first time. And so Photoshop has this function where you just hit to erase your last mark and redraw it. And I hit that a dozen times for every one of the major lines and things. So that works
how long-
real well for me to get to erase paint.
How long does it take to create one of these pieces? What's your, I mean, days, hours, months, what? Or we don't know?
Probably like 100 hours or something. I mean, I've gotten ones done in a week and a half or a couple weeks when I had a break between semesters and I was working on the art all the time. Then it's short in terms of the number of days, but there are others that have just taken me months because I'm not working on it every day even. But I'd say 100 hours.
Okay.
I'm not fast.
Cool. And the screen is going crazy.
I'm sorry.
So that's fine. Well, let's go. Let's move on because I've got to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. Good introduction.
Kim is next.
I think Kim is next. Let's go, Miss Kim Virgil, and we'll find your stuff. She's named.
Just start talking. I'll find it.
There we go. All right.
There you go.
Go.
So
Virgil.
I've been working with the idea of how we create our dreams at night. I'm fascinated with the world of dreaming. I remember my dreams from childhood, and I started taking a dream course and in dream analysis with Lainey Dalphin, who's part of IASD. And about halfway through, I said, okay, I have my dreams at night, but then I paint these things and they're dreams. I want to know what's going on. So that's how I bumped up with IASD in 2005.
Mhm.
And I think I've learned so much along the way because I help create the art shows and jury and get it all set up when we're actually in a space. And then I end up enjoying the conference, and I've learned so much by going to the research symposiums and the talks and the creative stuff, Walter's courses and presentations by Deirdre and Victoria. I mean, it's just phenomenal what you'd get to learn. And so what I've picked up is the idea of how we record things in our life with our eyes, and we don't have we don't have enough hard drive to do it as a film format, so we're always photographing with our eyes. So I kind of use that theme because I photograph everything, and it's my photos that get collaged into these paintings. And then I put a paint on top of it, and it's the marriage of the two. And I use the paint because I understand that we need raw material of imagery to create our dreams, and each image has a meaning to us and is specific to us and us alone. But you can't just use the images, you also need emotional energy to create the dreams. So for me, the photos become the raw material and the paint becomes the emotional energy. And so when I'm done with each piece, I sit with it for a long time, searching for a story. And that piece there was called By the Pool. And this one, A Smoke in the Room. This one was actually created right around the time that the Ukrainian war broke out. And we were seeing pictures of destroyed buildings. So it's amazing how outside influences seem to come and create the work. And I don't try and paint something specific. It's more that it appears. Catfishing. My sister was catfished and lost a lot of money. And it wasn't until after that I found out that I had created this piece that was so much the story of her being vulnerable and eaten alive practically.
Wow.
So very interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I've heard your talk before about your stuff. It's amazing what you do. And now the next one is Ilera. Do I have it right? Ilera?
So close, Ilara.
Alara. Okay, you liar. You're a Lara. Okay. Let's.
Actually, hilariously, autocorrect does make me liar all the time. So
Okay.
yeah. It's an absolute privilege to be here. This is my first time involved in the conference at all. I wasn't actually able to go to the conference because I'm a full-time student right now, but I synchronistically stumbled upon the art exhibition right when I was coming out of a 3-day long shamanic dreaming workshop with a number of teachers, and I'm currently in seminary to become a community minister, and your website was on our community ministry page. And it was like the day after the workshop, and I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what I need to be, where I need to be putting art in. I'll say that the two pieces, my process is very different depending on the piece. So this first piece with the owl was a thank you so much, a many year long process because I was working with symbols that had been in my dreams for a really long time and integrating them into one piece. And then the other piece was like maybe a couple of weeks because it was really like a demand from the dreaming, just like go paint this thing. And so my process really varies on what comes through from that dream material. I've been working with dream material my whole life, and I mostly use acrylic, but I sculpt as well, and use watercolors. But yeah, the creative process is very dependent. I've had mornings where I wake up and my dreamer just tells me I have to do this thing like immediately, so it'll be like a 1 day long piece, and then other pieces are many years of listening and connecting in with a specific symbol. So
Excellent. Thank you.
yeah.
I love the
Oh, my
energy.
pleasure.
I love the energy in that one. It's just beautiful. It's such energy. You talk about energy. It's great. Okay, cool.
Thank you so much.
And now it's Mary, quite contrary. Which branch of the tree do you live on?
I like the low-hanging fruit myself. But this is called Red Boots. This is from my dream group. I call it Dream Share because everyone participates and we experience the collective energy. So one of our participants invited a woman who was having nightmares, who was afraid to share, but she eventually got the courage to come because I told her in my work, the people find me with their nightmares, it's just a message getting loud enough to get their attention. And it turned out to be so with Ed here. She was having difficulties with her cancer, with the doctors, insurance, everything was going wrong. While she was sharing her story, the artist in our group was doing a blind contour and lifted up this picture and said, "Does this mean anything to you?" And Ed said, "Oh my God, that's my favorite karaoke song." And so Ed was encouraged. We got to um, really experience that collective energy. We were all so encouraged. And then Ed went on to buy those red boots. She got healed of her cancer, But then another mysterious cancer has attacked her body. And so we found that this red boots picture has emboldened us to address not only doctors, insurance, but also the disease, to stand up and speak life, love, all those things. But this is an outstanding collective. The pictures are amazing and so encouraging. But I would like to say one more thing. We have a spinoff from my dream group of an art group once a month, because our artist said she didn't ever even know how to draw before the tragic loss of the overdose of her son. And she just exploded into beautiful art. So she helps us take our pain and express it, and we experience that level
Huh.
of
Wow.
just expressing ourselves with no agenda.
Yeah, no, that's really great. Thank you, thank you. I love that there's so much, the connection between dream and art and people is so amazing. Okay, it is Elizabeth Honor, or a
It's
parrot,
owner, but yes, thank
Honor.
you
or
very
the
much.
parrot girl, I think we call her. Yes.
Yes. This is really an honor, and I'm just really thrilled to meet everyone and see everyone's incredible and unique art. It's really beautiful. So thank you for including me in this wonderful project. My process is basically working digitally. The one that's on the screen now, I made on a tablet with the app Procreate.
Okay.
And the other one that I had that was accepted was actually created in virtual reality. I used a painting app in virtual reality, which is much more like sculpting than it is painting.
That's this
And
one?
that's that one, yeah. And the nice thing about that is that it'll actually allows you to make a whole little movie out of it. So the objects are still, but you can create camera moves that let you actually kind of feel like you are experiencing the dream as a linear whole, which I found is difficult to do with still pictures.
Wow.
But that's basically my process. And the whole reason I do it is because I don't want to be alone with these images. I want other people to be in there with me. And this is the way.
And I'm
Whether
gonna
they
play
like it
this.
or not.
This is a
Yeah,
video.
they
This
can
is a
choose not
video.
to.
Yeah, and that's a video that you can see. If you
Yeah.
go to the
So
site.
you guys can look at it, the videos. I suggest you all look at all the videos after the program here.
Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll leave this open after after we get to our 3:30 mark, because and we'll see if when they shut us down, but you should be able to go around and use this for a while. Okay, next is Lori Wells, who go to the well with Lori Wells. Trying to find things that mean stuff, but I don't know. Look at Lori. Oh, I remember. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
Tell them your history, Lori,
My history?
that you won awards already.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I won an award last year in the Netherlands, and that was really exciting. It was my first time attending the conference, but I had been sending my art in through my relatives. Got my mom to take it one year. I got my brother to take it another year. and finally I brought it myself.
It's phenomenal stuff.
It's cut paper, and it's stitched, and it's an evolving practice for me. And I think this dream is really important. I just moved to New Mexico, and this dream was about my fireplace having a bear in it, and that the fireplace was filled with these boulders that you could sit on top of and watch the sleeping bear. And it made me think about how we're always looking for power animals, but what if we actually protect the bear inside? So there's all sorts of there's all sorts of symbols in here that reflect alchemy and transformation and the protection of the bear and the sacred stones. And I wish that you could see it in person, because it's dimensional. It's not flat.
Mhm.
And I wish I had a picture that would better show you that. And then the one with the whale is about also seeing from the perspective of a whale. Like if the whales were our teachers and we could dive down and listen, what might we learn?
Yes.
Mm,
Hmm,
nice, beautiful.
cool.
Love your work.
Very
Thank
good. Excellent. Oh, and now, if there were two of the next guy, it would be Barry Responder. No, but it's Barry Sponder. How did I do, Barry? Did I was like that dumb or what? Huh?
No, it's very dumb. No,
Well,
it's really been a pleasure getting to see you as opposed to just reading an email and thinking, boy, something
yes.
else. Thank you.
There we go. Oh
So
yeah.
I've been working with Andrew Holacek and Charlie Morley also with the PTSD, his study that he reported on. Actually, I was part of that, took
Oh.
part in it, though I wasn't one of the subjects because I had been working with Charlie before. And I got out of the military 50 years ago, so most of my PTSD has dissipated. But this painting kind of, well, after being at a retreat with him, I imagine this. It just came in where I was uh, at the end of my term, and when I got out, I was basically walking on glass, and just everything about the world is never the same when you get out of the military and you come back, and nobody cares. So
Mm.
that basically has a lot of elements to it. And I work with veterans at a veterans, what do we call it? Get the Warriors Art Room in Massachusetts.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun, and the veterans really open up when they have a chance to do art. So that was one. Then the other picture, if you show that, comes from a dream that I had after Charlie's study, and I was walking down the street in London, and all of a sudden I saw people running out of the subway, and I ran down, and I saw this lizard, and I hit it with the pizza box that I was carrying. And because Charlie always says, when you have your fears, when you see things you're afraid of, embrace them, hug them or go near them. And so this one I hit with the pizza box, and the lizard turned into like tiny little salamanders and kind of went away. And so I've been doing dream yoga for about 6 or 7 years, and I draw. When I have a significant dream, I'll draw it and just try and capture the spirit of the lesson that I learned, because I think we learn lessons, or we learn from watching paintings and looking at all the paintings here that are on display. I get so many messages and so many life lessons, and you have to keep reminding yourself. So to me, like, painting is kind of like taking a shower. You take a shower in the morning to remember, and using art that way really inspires me. So I really appreciate having the opportunity to be in, not only to exhibit the painting, but also to be in some of these terrific meetings. Thank you.
So that's colored pencil on black paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Did you get to eat the pizza in the dream or not?
I did, and it tasted great. And ice cream tastes great in dreams also.
Okay, thank you very much. And next is Teresa. Asthma. Oh, I mean, like an asthmatic? No, bad. Okay, no, not asthmatic. All right.
No, I don't have an
Therese.
asthma.
We'll just go with Therese, whatever you got. Oh, there's two.
Hi.
Hello.
So, those two artworks that I created, they were inspired by two dreams that I had before wildfires that I happened to be in last year in Portugal in summer. I had one dream I had about a week before, and another I had like 2 days before. And both of them, they had like something similar on like in my paintings. So one dream was I had like black scars all over my body, and it was quite creepy, and I don't really see nightmares that often, so really it was like powerful for me to see something like this.
Yeah.
And the next one was I was just surrounded by some dark fog, and then actually, after this second dream, I had the feeling that I should leave this place in the woods I was in Portugal. but I was too lazy to do this. I was like, there's no logical reason why I should leave. Everything is beautiful. And then, yeah, 2 days later, we had to evacuate from this place, and it was quite traumatic. And then I later picked some wildfire ashes, and then I created these artworks with
Nice.
wildfire ashes. And it was like a healing process for myself as well, because it was quite traumatic to see wildfire and be in the wildfire. I don't know if anybody's experienced this, they kind of know what this feeling is like. So yeah, that was very powerful for me to express what I went through these paintings.
Wow.
I'd
Wow.
also like to point out that her work, there's much more to this series of paintings. And we just couldn't include all of them in the exhibition because there's just the way they all fit together was very beautiful. I wish that people could see all of them.
Yeah. And I bet you in person they'd be much more dynamic too because of the materials that you're using, I think. Yeah. It's cool.
Yes, they are a bit more like 3D. Yes, they're yeah, textured.
It's great stuff. Great stuff. Okay. Next is Adrienne Amiro, the Love Queen, right?
Oh no, don't say that.
There we go.
Okay, so I dream very cinematically. A lot of my dreams are almost entire stories sometimes and very strange with very strange colors. But water seems to be a very big thing since I was a very little child, which is funny because I paint in watercolor. And I think part of the beauty of the weird dreams mixed with the medium that I work with gives it more of a fulfilling meaning, if that makes any sense. I also paint with a lot of folklore and mythology because I feel like that says a lot. It says a lot about being human. Yeah, I'm not very good at talking about my work.
Keep going. Here, I'll switch to the next one. Oh, this one you can say a lot about.
Oh yeah.
She's my Naga. That one, she was like, that was one of the most beautiful, powerful, like dreams I've ever had. The images were so just almost on fire. They were so beautiful. Yeah. I feel a lot like dreams and life are so very interconnected, and art and life are so interconnected, and dreams and art and life all kind of fit in this amazing kind of cycle of inspiration. And a lot of times, especially when I'm working with something out of a dream that I've done, it almost feels like I'll sketch it out. Like I have to think about how things really feel from the dream for a while, like process the emotions and stuff. And then, you paint it, you sketch it out perfectly, you put all the colors where it's supposed to be. But then once the water goes on it, it turns into something else. And then it's a lot like life. You can either throw it away, try again, or make it beautiful. And I feel like sometimes that's even the point of the dreams that I have. If that makes any sense, I could be a crazy person. I'm probably a crazy person.
Yeah, you are. Absolutely. Yes. Exactly.
Crazy is good.
The double sets of eyes just draw me in and go, oh, it's almost
Because she can see into your soul. She sees it.
Yeah. There's something mesmerizing about that that's really powerful. Okay, cool. And who's next? Oh, Simon Van Wees.
Yeah.
How'd I go? Listen, Simon Van. I won't do anything with we. All right, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah. So I hear music in my dreams, and when you lay very still, when you wake up, you can still remember them. So when you wake up and you have a pencil laying next to your pillow, if you still laying still, you can remember. And I just note the score music down that I heard the music of, because it was a very strange thing. It was in a domestic school classroom, and there was a circle with people chanting "Haya, Haya, Haya," like a little bit spiritual, and I was part of it. And it was a memory because at the Sunday school in my youth, there was also a domestic school at the other end, where we had after the church we had there the children's the Sunday school in that domestic school, abandoned domestic school. But so maybe that's why it came in a dream. But then in another dream, I heard somebody saying, "I send dreams of yellow consciousness." Now I have to tell, I have also what is called synesthesia. That's a trait that you have a melting of the senses, that you can perceive multiple senses, like that you can smell a letter, or that you can hear a color or something, something like that. So I mixed it together. I animated some line dance people chanting "Haya, Haya, Haya." Yeah, all with pencil drawing. I made it. And then I had a lovely sunset at the lake. And also the music, many of the music I hear via dreams, I put into where I make a song out of it, fine, Ice and Dreams of Yellow Consciousness. So I turned it into one big song. And and then the lovely thing was that from the synesthesia people, somebody made me in connection with Amy. And so I got to go to Roldick Abbey, and it was a beautiful place. And that yielded also many things and insights, and it was such a magnificent place. So so yeah, that's basically this dream.
Yes, and it's a video, so everybody, I put a message, everybody needs to watch all the videos. They're fabulous, all of them.
Yes, or you will be shot.
Thank you.
All right, Teresa Coimbra. I don't know how to say that last name.
Okay, it's a Portuguese last name. It's Coimbra. It's actually Teresa with A. But most of all, I'm very happy to be here and to listen and to go through all of the art. And I've been using all kinds of medias. I've been doing this since I was a little kid, and I had the sensation that I was the only one that had dreams because no one around me shared dreams. It took me a while to realize that. Anyway, the one I would like to talk about is the human spiral. That one. I've had this Stargardt syndrome. It's something that's rare. It's an eye condition that you start losing your macula very young when you're 18 or 19. So I don't see small things. And I think that's a wonderful example of what Jungi talks about the compensatory function. When I had this dream, I said, how can I possibly do this? From the middle of the spiral, there was this combination of man and woman, the two bodies joined, one being that was both. And then it was getting out of the hole, going through the spiral and jumping out. I never know how many I did, 138. So I started working all kinds of medias, paint, colored pencil. It was horrible. And then I decided to do it with eyes closed. I bought some small scissors I didn't have, got the exact tone of paper of my dream. And then it was definitely a situation of compensating my eye deficiency, but also taking that into my life. That some of the things that seem to be impossible because of the loss of my eyesight are not as impossible. So it was a great motivation to overcome the deficiency. It was very strong for me. So thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Are all those figures cut out figures?
Yeah, I
Oh
would.
my God. Yeah.
But cut little. I mean, people that know me, they don't believe that I did it because they are extremely small.
Yes.
And just sometimes I would cut one in half, then I would do another one. So I was just cutting the one, And one is a man and one is a woman, a male and a female. So they have some way characterized, which made it harder for me. So you can see, you know, so there's a whole symbolic aspect of opposites and anyway, but most of all, it had this compensatory thing. And it was a great challenge for my unconscious that helped me in my life.
Wow, that's cool. Thank you
Fabulous.
very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Daphne Mordecai. Did I do it right?
It's Daphna, actually.
Oh, I'm so close.
Yeah, close.
Oh, close, but no cigar, as they say in our world. Yes.
Okay. So are we going to show the video? I mean, I have it on my desktop. I could.
No, there's really not time for that. Even though it's 3 minutes, we better just talk about it, because and people will go and see it. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just a clip. So
Yeah.
this is this was actually 2 dreams to create this. I've been a lifelong artist, but I have been in Dr. Angel Morgan's dream class, and I loved it so much. I've always been a lucid dreamer. My dreams have always been better than any science fiction movie I've ever seen. And I've always remembered my dreams. And somehow I came with the knowledge of how to work with my dreams. And I just fell in love with this subject studying with Dr. Angel, and she suggested I submit my my final semester project. So first of all, I had to write down this dream, which I call portal travel, because I literally, in this dream, I have this painting, War and Peace, which when you see the video, you'll see the dream starts with. And in the dream, I found myself in another time, another place, and then I realized that I had traveled through my own painting, and I walked around the corner and there was my painting, War and Peace. Anyway, when I wrote, and there was a lot more to that dream, but then when I wrote it out, more information came to me, and it was a very mystical dream, a metaphysical dream. And then after I wrote it and more information came to me, because what I realized, it's traveling in this way is all about your frequency and holding a high vibration and being totally present and aligning yourself with where you're traveling to. And it's not just for, oh, it's going to be fun to travel. It's really a way to help. This is what I discovered in the second dream I had. So writing out this dream, then I had a sequel to this portal dream where all this like divine knowledge came through about, you know, how to, like this is a technology, a higher dimensional technology, and the frequency that you have to hold and how you can, and to help humanity through the process. And so this video is a compilation of all these segments of me. Okay, so this is me in the dream, traveling through the portal through my artwork. And because of course the dreamer is in the dream, dreaming the dream and creating as you go, especially if it's lucid. So you'll see in the video that these are my own paintings that I'm traveling through, and then I have an audience in some segments. So it's really a compilation of these 2 dreams, and I couldn't fit it in. Everything that I tell you now is such a short excerpt of what actually happened.
Yeah.
And the majesty and the beauty and the higher dimensional technology. But so I sent another, I sent the full version of my dreams, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it exactly. And we'll watch this video because it's really impressive. It's very impressive.
Yeah,
So
thank you so much.
thank you, Louise Hutton, Lauren Hutton's sister.
No.
No. Okay. All right.
It's really great to be here. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and it's wonderful to be with so many people who make art from their dreams. I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about my background and then a bit about the process. I joined Tokapar Turner's dream class a couple of years ago, and it was just after my mother had died. And so I shared a dream with her in front of the whole class about a week after my mother had died. And it was all about, my dream was all about change. I've been keeping a dream journal probably for about 10 years. And but I've been a lifelong dreamer, but never really knew what to make of all these dreams. And my mother was always someone that said, "Oh, dreams are frightening, forget about them," you know. So it's really interesting that I've now become totally fascinated and totally absorbed in my dreams, and I'm making art from them. My dreams are very much they contain symbols, and they're very layered. It feels like they're very layered. It feels like there's always bright colors. So when when I've had, you know, in this dream, for example, the life's realities, all three of these paintings are about change, but this one particularly was I just saw all these trinkets on the side of the bath, and my I was just trying to keep out of the way of my friend, because I just thought she was going to kick off and cause some problems. And so I saw this blood moon, and then it was really clear to me, and I just thought, oh, I just want to pull the shower curtain around me, but I can't, because it was like a charm bracelet all around the bath. And so I suppose the charms are sort of what I've tried to reveal in the painting. And I just wanted to put my head in the sand, which is sort of that creature that's, I don't know, I think it's the three-legged creature, I call it.
Oh, yeah, that thing right there. Yeah, okay.
And the sail above it, you know, I just wanted to sail away. And but I made that painting, and I just felt like it was the dream unfolding. And I learned so much more about the dream in painting it. And I just find that for me, it's a very intuitive process. It's layer upon layer. You know, it didn't start out like that. This dream was David Bowie appeared in this dream, which was great. I was really excited about that. And I just felt like I was channeling David Bowie, because it was all about, you know, stop worrying about what everybody else thinks, and, you know, just have some of this rice dish, you know. So so this was just about moving forward. Beyond the door, this was about, you know, feeling sort of naked. I've got to get to my clothes. And again, about shall I, shan't I, this deliberation, you know, this moving through this chaos of all the learned behaviors, to just say, to hell with it, I'm just going to do what I want. I'm going to do my painting. And yeah, so it's been great. And yeah, I think it's all about change. And yeah, I'm just really glad to be here, and thank you for putting three of my paintings in the exhibition.
It's great. There's a lot of movement in your dreams and in your art. I love that piece of it, especially this one. It just feels like things are going on. So yeah, okay. Now, Michelle Bedford. Can't think of a joke on that, like somebody who fords the bed, who goes across the bed. Nah, all right. Whatever.
So this one took me maybe 2 years, because I lean off of when the inspiration strikes. So I first started with an Apu mountain healing session on my birthday, and it had to do with the Milky Way is how you're birthed in the Inca cosmetology system. But then later on, so I started to paint this mountain. I had no idea I was going to have whales on this, but then whales started to appear in my dreams. So then that impacted this painting. But then I didn't really know what else was coming onto this. And I got the feeling to hold off on this painting for a little bit until the next moment of inspiration came, which came a year later, when I did a dream re-entry and went to the blue planet with whales, and it was the planet of harmony and peace. And so then it re-inspired me to go back to this painting. And that's how a lot of my paintings are formed. It's from synchronicities in my waking life, in my meditations. When I close my eyes before I go to bed at night, oftentimes I'll have more paintings than I can possibly paint flash between my third eye. I'm not even sleeping yet. And it's like boom, 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 boom. But the amazing thing is, so I couldn't possibly paint all of the different visions that come, whether it's dreaming or just in that moment before sleeping. But the beautiful thing is I'll go on to Instagram and I'll see someone else painted the vision that I had more times than I can count. So I think that's really beautiful that we all share some type of collective dreaming and inspiration consciousness, sort of like the book Big Magic, how ideas are living beings that come to us. So anyway,
Thank you.
It's really good stuff. This reminds me of a mandala too. You know, there's just the roundness and the feeling of the edge with the whales and stuff. It's a beautiful piece. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go to the world famous Miss Tang. It's that special drink that's the first drink that the astronauts ever used in space. Did you know that they drank Tang when they were in space?
I prefer to tell people it's tango without the O.
Oh, okay, that's even better. But all right, as close as I could get is the Tang from space. All right.
A tang is good. I also like yellow tang, the tropical fish, in a lot of the aquariums. So thank you so much for this being a huge honor for me to be accepted as an artist. It's This piece is based on a waking dream that I had during the pandemic. I was going through a lot of overwhelming stress, as many people around the world experience in different ways. And the stress triggered a chronic shoulder pain on my left shoulder. And I tried different kinds of therapies, acupuncture, massage therapy, physio, nothing worked. So eventually I went to hypnotherapy, and to my surprise, I had a waking dream during when I was under hypnosis, and I saw this huge comfortable bed, this and felt very exhausted in my dream, in my waking dream, from saving the world. And I saw this comfortable bed and just went for it. As soon as I fell into the bed on my left side, I saw this soft, lumpy creature fell out of my left shoulder into a body of water. It sank to the bottom and slowly jetted upwards towards the surface where there was light. So there's me, and then there's my octopus friend who I've been working with. This octopus dream symbol. I developed a guided dreaming practice since then, and I have been leading people into this underwater dreamscape to interact with the octopus symbol, which is a insight for being flexible, being soft, and also adapt to changes, which I think is very important skill to have in any kind of challenging situations, especially where we are collectively in the world, with all the conflicts and wars and climate crisis, all of these persistent challenges that are global in nature. Each individual feels so isolated and powerless in terms of overcoming these challenges. But I think it's also a call for us to collectively learn some new skills in order to get to the next phase of our journey.
Wow. Tell me about that little tag that's hanging down on the very upper left of the pic. What's that about?
I don't know that actually this is an AI generated image and AI gave me that.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that. Okay.
AI has this, I work with AI, so I put it in
Huh.
text prompt and then it gives me various types of images and I go through what AI gives me and then I go through, oh, I like this, I don't like this, and I tweak it some more. And so AI gave me this little tag there and I'm yet to make sense of it.
All right.
I'll let
Maybe-
you know when I figure
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah, just make something up about it. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, Philippe. Philippe into the room. All right, whatever
Hello,
this is.
everybody. Felipe, yeah. Well, thank you very much for having me here.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember this. Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, this was a color pencil drawing. It's a recurrent topic in some of my dreams. I think that's how I learned or figured out how to lose a dream, because sometimes I just started floating, and well, after some time, I realized that whenever that happened, I was probably in a dream. And so that one was a recurring one. But once I just had this one where I told the others in my dream, like, I know what's going on. Is um, this is a dream, and I know how to control it. And I kind of told the ones that were in my dream, like, let's lift up, and
Oh, wow.
then we all started floating, and then it was like me explaining the people inside of the dream how this worked. That has happened in different scenarios, but this one was one that kind of called my attention. So I color painted it, and that was one of them.
Oh, here's the
This
other one.
one, yeah, I really like comic books, and so that's kind of the style that I try to look for sometimes. But yeah, sometimes there are these dreams. Somebody said that they had cinematic dreams. I
Yeah.
had quite a few like those, like it's just something very like narrative, and things happen and they seem very long. And this one was, yeah, somehow chaotic.
Yeah.
And this one also, it's like that feeling of being chased. I think before I used to have nightmares and being chased
Mm-hmm.
and not being able to run is, I think, probably a common theme in many dreamers, where you want
Huh.
to run but you can't. But then I also learned, like, okay, this is a nightmare, I'm trying to run, this is not working, I'm not running, I'm in a dream. So this was a recurrent topic as well. And somehow I've been able to kind of recognize it and then control it. So for a long time, I used to freak out in my nightmares, but now I don't, because it's kind of like I can turn them around and become powerful. So
Cool.
yeah, I try to. I had some others, but these three, I'm very happy that they made it through, and very happy to be showing them here to all of you. And thank you for showing off your work to everybody.
Great stuff. Yeah. The second figure reminds me of the ex-wife chasing me, but that's that. Yeah. Oh, there she is. There she is. Oh, maybe that's my slight projection on my part. Okay, Sonia Beckin. Oh, Beck. No, Beck. And if you're not off, you're back on. No, nothing there. All right, Sonia. Good. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the bull and all that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the bull. So I have a background in doing therapy, in-depth therapy, and just from all my years, because I'm an older lady now, it's all about the image. And for me, it's a lot about the reverence for the image and just really honoring and letting it speak and not having to be deductive around it, just letting it be. So this was about a bull chasing me and after me. And it's like, okay, how can we transform this energy? But there seems to be so much bullish energy. And sometimes with a dream, I'll then associate. So on the side, you can't read it, but it's like bullshit, bully, bull, just everything, sort of the dark side or the shadow side of the bull energy. But like, what's the other side? Like, where is the whole where does it sit as a whole? And then I just came up with this other bull image in it. And then when I started reading, there's all these cave paintings that kind of have some of that dancing bull image. And it just kind of like, just sort of like the marriage of the opposites, like just look at it in the face and then see where it takes you. So that was the inspiration for that. Oops.
Oops.
And
then, there you go.
there you go.
Anyway.
And then this is my Dakini Speaks dream. So I had this dream and I had heard the word Dakini, and then really in the dream, the person said, I'm okay with your sadhana Mahamudra. And I had no idea what that was. And I looked it up, and the sacred feminine and protective, and the sadhana Mahamudra is a core concept, which is kind of this unity of clarity and emptiness. And I don't know if all my psychoanalytic, psychodynamic, analytic training, it's like, shut up and just be empty. I don't know. But it's kind of like, I need to channel the Buddhist in me, I think, because she came through. They're all colored pencil, all these, and they take a long time to kind of finish. But so she's just become a little bit of a protector for me, and she's fierce too. I mean, she's not namby-pamby, there's a fierceness about her. That I appreciate. So yeah, for me, it's just taking the image and just drawing it and associating and dialoguing and just being with it and just trusting that amplifying the image is just kind of feeding my wakefulness and helping me integrate, which I'm just a huge believer in.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, dreams come basically in a visual form to start, and then we do all those word things and put them in the way, I think, sometimes. And it's great that I think as artists, we're able to somehow get that piece of something behind it, get the visual and then twist it. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Next is Helena Richardson. I got nothing with Helena Richardson. What can I do with that? Ralph Richardson. Nothing. Okay. Or have I got the wrong one?
Yeah, I got the wrong person. Hang on. Where is she?
I don't know.
I'm here.
She's there, all right.
I'm here. I'm Helena, like the capital of Montana, if that helps.
Oh,
but I have an Uncle Ralph.
I should have thought of that.
Oh, thanks for including my piece in here. And it's amazing to be with everyone and see all of your work and learn about it. This was a dream that I wrote down in 2010 and then put it away. And then in 2022, I read it again and layered images on it. And then I had a chance to weave it into a textile. And probably should say, I've been writing my dreams down since I was in childhood because I had nightmares, and I would write them down to clear them out so I didn't carry them with me. And sometimes they would be pictures, but a lot of time they were words or rhymes or stories. This one just happened to be a story. And then I have dozens of boxes of dreams that are just put away. So I don't know why I picked this one, but I picked it. And then now I feel really honored to share it in 2025. The dream is about an irrational, dangerous king figure with a displaced Weevil character. And I think it right now is the time I should have made it and shared it. So it's interesting because I normally would draw instead of think about. I didn't see a lot of other words in people's pieces. I saw a lot of pictures, but the spaces in here, the words, I have a lot of misspellings and a lot of wrong words because I couldn't figure out which one it meant. So there's different symbols overlaid that I think have to come through, but I just had to write it down to get it out.
Right.
And the weaving, just this particular weaving process is where you use shuttles and you have to throw threads back and forth. It's very kind of rhythmic, like breathing, like sleeping, like dreaming. So the way this was woven made sense for a dream versus the way I normally weave, which is really tedious and slow, and I wouldn't be able to do this otherwise.
Okay.
So I think I would love to share the whole story, but I don't think we have time today.
No, you're right. But help me out with this as far as I'm concerned. Is like, so I assume that the background stuff is the weaving, and then the carrots and the writing are done on there with ink or something, or is it, or how do you do it?
The words that you can read on the right are a drawing that I had to digitize and then translate it into a loom. It's all hand woven, but I can show you the weaving right here in front of me.
Okay, let's
You
see if
can
I
see
can.
me.
Side by
I don't know
side.
if you
Oh
you
yeah,
can see
I
me.
kinda
So
see it.
it's sort
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it's big like a blanket, or it could be
Oh,
like
got
a
it, got it. Okay.
yeah, or
Wow.
it could be like a banner. So it's really, really detailed.
Yes,
I
that's
don't know
good.
if you can't really see it.
Yeah, no,
So it's hard to photograph it,
yeah.
unfortunately, but
Thanks.
I did get a good shot on Instagram if anybody cares. So
Excellent, excellent. Okay, next is
thanks.
Amy
No,
Lloyd or something. What's Amy Lloyd got in the show?
I don't have my hand raised.
Oh, I know, but I'm calling you anyway. Nana, Nana, Nana.
Okay, where am I? I know where my painting is.
Yeah, and Amy is also an
I love
award.
being in the dream show. I love it. Here's my painting for the year.
Oh,
It's called
fantastic.
Twilight Transition. It's a conglomeration of a lot of dream symbols. I like to do paintings like this because I like each symbol, and I put them all together. I composed the painting, and it ended up to this. So another thing that I do, as you can see on the side, is that I do the painting, and then sometimes I write little poems about the dream. And this one, you can read it. I'll read it. The edge where dream merges life, senses are open, the horse guides and the wise elephant supports. Currents encourage the fall into the deep space below. Dream images have stories to tell and feelings to feel in the vast, mysterious vessel of the subconscious. Edge, deeper swim, alive while asleep. Wake up the dreaming baby. I dream a lot about babies and about things getting my feet under the water and things like that. So they're all there.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't paint, you know? Yeah.
Stop it. Yeah, I practice every day. So I'm trying to improve my skills.
Well, good, exactly. Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
we kind of got it then, didn't we, guys? Huh? Yahoo! Anybody
Walter,
else? Yeah.
Anybody else want to say
Wal-
something?
Walter,
Oh, me? I put my hand up. I don't remember. What did I do? I did something. I don't know what is
Yeah.
it? Go find me. See if I can find. Yeah, here we go. Barry, I think is the name, isn't it? Like the Raz, or they used to call me a Raz in high school.
Here you are.
Yeah.
I like this one, Walter, a lot.
Shadow dance, yeah. This is a colograph, you know, and in intaglio printing, handmade paper, and it's just
Oh, Jose, we forgot Jose Flores too.
Oh, we did. Okay, Jose, we'll get to you. And I'll just real quick. It's just my thing is like there's just this way that I could not get this out of my head. This black female dancer in this cave kept dancing and dancing and dancing, and somehow when I put it together, it worked. There. Okay, good. Now.
Oh, thanks for that.
Now, who's it? Philippe, was it?
Jose Flores. Where is he?
Jose Flores.
Where are you?
Where is he?
CJ. Wait, I don't know the alphabet. Here we go. Good GF. Oh wait, FG. I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind. Here you are.
No problem.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Tell us about it.
Hello,
There you go.
everyone. I don't speak English well, so I may brave it, and I'm happy to when you share such a wonderful an experience.
Thank you.
If you hello my to explain my work, I might read it, and so I can share it. And that night I'm dream, I feel myself alone in the middle of nowhere. The sky isn't dark, as is everything around. My youth and I saw in the painting later when conducted and in the some darkness here in the darkness of the ceilings in the night and the shadow resides in nothingness is it's lower and echo of dream and inspire and the subconscious dream scenes and the shed purpose welcome for the universe to see. This was a poem early in the infinite of darkness, which he called their character. The dream and the smag like anemic was expresses I'm found and trouser and felt and I to share this work and with you. I think I'd what I'm searching and with you is in the desert and found. And if we talk about these colors, the sound penetrate after marking the decision to creating and the painting, emerging as I was painting in the canvas. Thank you. If you ask me a question in Spanish, how beautiful. Thank you. Hablo mucho el inglés.
Very much. Oh, Jorge Flores. I thought you were Jose. I love this line that goes.
Yes. And I love it because what it for me it does, it's like the backlight from the eye, and then
Oh,
that
yeah.
and just that dot of light inside that's the dream. It just sings. Well done. Well done. Okay.
Thank you, Jorge. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
We
Brave
are
enough?
we are good, I think. Well, I'm going to leave this open. You guys can if I don't know if it helps. You can go see the stuff. You can talk amongst yourselves. You can do whatever you want. I'll just leave this open right now.
Greg wants to
And
say something.
you can go around and find things, but what a tremendous show. I love this art. I love the expression. I love the feeling of all this kind of stuff. The dedication and the wisdom and the feeling and the emotions that come through with this are just astounding. We're going to do a big show some one of these days. Just art, just dream art. Yeah, we got to do that.
Craig, do you want to say something?
Oh, Craig, yeah.
Oh, hey, everybody. I'm a latecomer here, but
No, it's okay.
thanks for staying a little extra. Just on your last point, Walter,
Yeah.
I did hear that there was an idea. I don't know if that's a seed, a potential future or not, but it's out there that there might be its own conference, kind of like the cyber conference on lucid dreaming for just artists.
That's what I want to do, yeah.
That could be cool. Anyways, this was one of, actually, it's a visual representation and AI generated of the first dream in my computer database of, I think, 13,000 some odd dreams. But the very first one entered, and I think my psyche knew, I guess, that I was starting something that was easily searchable, recordable, and that I'd see a lot, because I often see this dream come up, so I thought I'd make an art for it. Powerful experience. You can kind of see the little dream recognition there. But I want to emphasize that sort of the fire part there and the horsemen are, when this option of, I think, 5 images came up, I selected it because I felt in the actual dream, which I didn't mention in the write-up, it was very closely tied with the film with Robin Williams and I think not Nick Nolte, but the other guy there, Bridges, Jeff Bridges, maybe, or Nick Nolte, but The Fisher King. It's about a 25, 30-year-old movie. And sort of the whole lesson that I guess Robin Williams goes through about being chased by his demons. You have to watch the movie. It's a very well done movie, actually. But that was kind of the hint at maybe a life lesson for me of, holding on to my gifts, facing the fears, challenging the demons, and tried to represent it here.
The guy looks really friendly in the background there. Yeah.
Oh, he looked the guy on the horse, you mean, or the
the guy behind him. He looks really happy and friendly. Yeah.
Okay, I'll send him over to you tonight.
If you want a really great Robin Williams story, I have.
He
one.
does want to hug you, but just have your fire retardant suit on.
Thank you.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Greg.
Thanks for the option to share.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? We are good then. You can go away. You can go try to find the thing. You can go pee, whatever you need to do, and we'll, But and we will next year is in Ashland, Oregon, and if you want to submit to that, you can. But you just have to get the art there. That's the biggest problem, you know, with that thing. And there's no way to anyway. But hopefully, you guys will attend next year. It'll be great to have another show
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
It was a great show. I appreciate all your hard work.
Yeah, and thank you,
Yeah,
Amy, for
definitely.
your incredible. Amy put this show together, by the way, with
Yes.
Laura Atkinson's help. But she,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you both. It looks great. It's wonderful to
Good
be able to
job.
show something and to hear from all the artists is just
Yeah.
fabulous, fabulous. Actually, a nice way to be able to do it, because when we did it in the Netherlands, we didn't have the image right there, but it's so nice for people to be able to talk with their picture right there.
yeah,
Thank you all for sharing.
yeah.
Wow.
Great stuff, and we missed a bunch of you guys, but that's all right. You know, you don't all have to speak up. Some artists are really quiet people, aren't they? All of the art in here is just
Some of
incredible.
them I see here are not quiet.
Yeah.
I like the video with the island, with all the people of the island, and they have to
Oh
work
yeah.
with all their dreams.
Yeah, that's
the
Adam's
long
video.
feature-length movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody watch all the videos and look at the art. Take some time because it's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. It is really good stuff. So thank you guys for being
We're
here.
seeing more of all of you.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you so much, Amy and Barry. What a beautiful job putting this all together, and so great to see the other art as well. And it's
Yeah.
just so inspiring. So thank
Yeah.
you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it just goes to the essence of what dreams and art are about. There's just something really powerful about this. I mean, really powerful. So
It
thank
was
you.
really Kerkrade was really powerful, really
Yeah.
so beautiful, and this is also beautiful in another sense. It's
Yes.
both as its advantages. Yeah.
All right, well, get your butts over to Ashland next year then, buddies. Yeah. Yeehaw. We'll see you
I'm
there.
going to.
Sweet.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank
Might be able to
you.
navigate around and see that, but we'll see what happens. Okay.
Bye. Everybody's leaving.
Gracias.
Everybody's
Desde
disappearing.
México.
Oh,
Ciao,
even
ciao.
Gloria.
Bye.
Swim,
Jorge.
day for swim.
Jorge.
Gracias.
Go
Help.
get back to your studio.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Little by
Thank
little.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Jorge. Thank you.
Geez, they get bigger as they disappear.
I
huh?
know.
I know. I see what they look like. Oh, look at those faces. Oh my God. Look at Valentine. Oh, he got a weird looking background.
Oh, man, I
Uh-oh.
what you guys all look like. That's
Ooh,
great.
yeah. What's that thing hanging around? All right, George's neck. Ooh, there's Gloria. Never shows herself. Okay. Daphne.
Walter, I love your sense of humor. I just wanted to say.
Well,
At least somebody does.
I also play with names.
It's true.
I also like to play with names, but I don't dare to do it in public.
Nice.
Yeah, my humor gets me in trouble sometimes, you know.
But I'm here to pick them up. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend call me up and tell me her mother died, and she had to pick the phone and go, "La whoopie dee dee," and I was singing a song for about 3 minutes while she's trying to tell me that her mother died. So the humor doesn't always work so well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh boy.
Be in touch.
Once again, thank you all.
Thanks, you guys.
Be in touch.
Next year or
Next year.
before, who knows?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Gracias.
Gracias. Arrivederci. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, then it goes away, I guess.